They stay good back, we stay right back.
Hi, this is Juan Jose. We're here at Sacremento, California. We're here for the march and march classroom to the Capitol. We're here to make history, so come march with us too. We'll be back with more after this.
Education should be free.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Now! No cuts, no fees. Education should be free. Welcome to the 2014 Student Senate for California Community Colleges March and March Classroom to Capitol. So please join me in welcoming Michael Greenberg.
Hello, everybody! California Community Colleges! That is us. I want to talk to you guys today about education. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. So don't stay silent. Let your voices be heard. And even more, advocate for those whose voices cannot be heard. The energy is incredible here. Let's take that into our meetings with our legislators and tell them how much we really care. Thank you, everybody.
Yes!
Okay, yeah, the very last thing. I see the future in your eyes. I hear your passion. I see your enthusiasm. I want you to do your best. Get your degree. I want you to express gratitude. I want you to aspire for greatness. I know you can. We are a tapestry of greatness. If you look around right now, every single one of you contributes a thread to this magnificent, vibrant tapestry. We are more powerful than we ever realize, okay? So thank you very much. I'm glad to be here and carry on.
So please join me a big welcome to Senator Donovan Hamster, the 2014 March and March Committee Chair.
What up? Welcome to your house. Welcome to your house. This is where the policies are made for your education. Your education. I just like to say thank you guys for everybody that showed up today. This was a huge success. And overall, happy advocating. Happy advocating. Show them who you are and your students that you represent. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
My name is Angel Jimenez, and I am the Vice President of Governance and Policy for the Student Senate for California Community Colleges. And what happened here today is the largest advocacy day in the entire state for the California Community College system. It was our 2014 March and March, and the theme this year was Classroom to Capitol.
All right, so how did you get into this?
I got involved. I pretty much started on the local level on my campus in the Associated Student Government there, where I served as a senator and also the Interclub Council chairperson, where I worked to unite all of the 35 campus clubs and to work together with the ASG. I had an opportunity by accident where I was appointed as a temporary delegate for the region, and I went to a region meeting, and there I met Governor Alex Neofatitis, who actually did the interpreting for us today. He was my former region governor, and he talked to me about possibly running for a vacancy that was going to be opening to become a regional senator. And so I thought about it, and I wrote a speech, I ran, and I was elected, and this June I will actually be finishing a 2-year term.
So how do you feel about the crowd today?
I am thrilled with the crowd. This is my third March and March event. I have participated as an attendee. I've also participated as a member of the council. And it's incredible every year to see the students that come out, what they have to go through to even get here. Some of them come on buses. They leave their campuses at like midnight, and they drive all through the night. They arrive here, and it's cold, it's freezing, they're tired and they're hungry, and then they have to do a mile march. So it never ceases to amaze me, but it just shows how much that they care about their education, to be able to make that sacrifice to come out and be able to do it. So it's always incredible.
So how many Is it organizations or groups? Who gets involved with you guys?
So the state is broken into 10 different regions, and there are 113 community colleges in the state, and each region sends 3 senators to serve as a member of the council for the Student Senate for California Community Colleges. We work a lot with our legislators here in the Capitol. We meet here monthly in Sacramento. We also work a lot with our system partners as well. We work with the Faculty Association for California Community Colleges. We work with the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges. We work closely with the Chancellor's Office. We have student members who sit on the Board of Governors. And we are also on a number of shared governance committees throughout the state because it is part of the law that says in the Education Code that a student member has to sit on any advisory or committees and councils aspect to education. And what's really wonderful is that it's our council that gets to appoint those students. So those students are like the only student that's there representing all 2.3 million students in the state.
All right, so for the people out there, what would be your message?
The message is to keep on caring about education. Let your voice be heard. Don't be silenced. If you don't think there's an answer, there is an answer. There's a number of resources that are out there for us. There's a number of people, obviously, that are here to support us, whether it be faculty members, our legislators, the people who work on our campuses, and even your facilities director, definitely cares. So there's always an answer. There's always a resource to go to.
How's it going? My name is Donovan Hamster. I'm from Allen Hancock College. Today, students from throughout the state, from Eureka to Southwestern at the border, all came together to exercise their access rights. The main point of this march was access, and now we and other members of the Student Senate Council put this on so students have access to where their policies and where their education takes place.
So how did you fall into this? Or who helped you to guide you and to do this?
To be honest, my mentor, I was a 17-year-old college graduate, high school graduate, knew I wouldn't wouldn't go to school if I worked, so my mentor pushed me, started at the state level. This is my 4th March in March organizing, and this is what I live for. We do have a thankless job, but you look at every single face that is out there in the crowd and the students that come here, it's just a huge reward in itself because they eventually will be my successor and the rest of the councils.
So is there any different groups or organizations that help you put this together?
We actually have a huge shout out to the California Federations of Teachers who handled all the permits for us and gave us total control to for the students because they want us to be in their shoes one of these days. So it's a whole progression and a thought about the future and where we're going to go from here with education.
So was the Peacekeeper, who's that for? What organization is that?
The Peacekeepers are actually students from throughout the state. The Student Senate Council are actually peacekeepers. It's just a good way so there's no violence. Law enforcement doesn't really have to get involved, and we multiply the force of control when it comes to peaceful protests.
So what would be the message would you tell all the other students out there today?
The message for students is that access will always be attainable to given your education, your representation, and your life. And education is the thing that's going to take you beyond the stars, as one speaker said.
And you are?
I'm Sherri Titus.
So can you tell us what happened here today?
Oh, this is a fantastic event. The students are energized, enthused, and they're advocating for community colleges.
All right, let everybody know what's your title.
I'm the Director of Student Affairs at Palomar College, so that's an administrative position, but I have been faculty for 26 years, so I understand both sides of that.
So I see you're speaking out there, so what happened?
Oh my gosh, just to look out into the crowd and see the diversity, number one, the enthusiasm, the fact that they're here says a lot about what they're concerned about, and that's education in the state of California. And it's vital that we make sure our services are provided so our students are educated.
So you feel about this event was handled well?
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic. The rain, you never know with rain. But I think the event was everything from me being contacted early on to the students getting here, the bus parking, you name it, over. I walked the route with the students. Fantastic.
All right, so what about the message to people out there now?
I think we hope that the message is that education matters and students care about their education, and that if we have any say, in terms of we meaning students have any say, we've got to continue to fight for things that make sure we are successful in the classroom.
So how do you feel about the outcome?
I think it's fantastic. I was here once before. I've been here many times, and there was another time we were here, and it was a massive downpour. So I was happy that the rain let up a little bit, but the outcome is spectacular, meaning that the students are here advocating for what they believe in, and that's education.
Javier Hernandez, coming from San Bernardino, also brown beret.
Brown Bray, I know I see the outfits and, the T-shirts, the hats. I mean, I love it. So what happened here today?
There was a march going on. It happens every year, and it's pretty much to march for higher education. Budget cuts every year. Budget cuts always happens, So we gotta stand our ground as students and fight every year to stop budget cuts from happening.
I was here last year. Last year was about the same turnout, but every year we need more and more people, because a lot of people care, but they have to go attend school, because if not, they get dropped from their classes, and that's what we're here for. We're fighting for them. And that's the reason why we showed up today. If they don't have a voice, we're giving them that voice.
So what school or colleges you guys from?
We're from San Bernardino Valley College, so Valley.
Well, I guess it's just to, like I said, continue what's been going on for decades now, continuing the student movement, continuing the youth to put out their voice, because it's to show to the world that students do care about their education. Right now, education is being attacked. It's getting harder and harder each year for students to go to school, and being more expensive in a time where, at least in our area, the economic state is very poor. So to go to higher education in the university, where it's getting very hard with the loans that are given to us, that in the end, from what we're told, if you put all the loans together of student loans compared to the credit loans, we're at a deeper debt with student loans. So by the time we're trying to get into our career, we're already in debt. So that's a big problem for us that are trying to get into the workforce, and right now all the jobs are being outsourced, or they're not there for us. So that's what we're here, to continue the fight, continue supporting the students and ourselves. Yeah, we're from a community that we work collectively. So you see different struggles in the community that we're from. So we're just putting it out there. We need to unite. We need to put our people out there in the front. So we put our voice. If people don't stand up for what they believe in, then nothing's gonna change. So keep up the fight, go to the front, and educate your mind, because without education, we can get nowhere.
Thank you so much.
Who are we?
Brown berets.
Brown berets.
All the way.
Chicana.
Hard work.
Chicano.
Hard work. Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Capitol.
San Bernardino Valley College. Every day. Power to the people, guys. Power to the people.
Hi, this is Lionel Jose here at the state capitol here in Sacramento, from the March classroom to the Capitol. As you can see, a lot of speakers were here, a lot of students were here fighting for their education. Well, it's over. This is Lionel Jose with DCTV News, and I'm signing off.